Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should learn his place and respect.
Cobra clutch.
The Cobra clutch is in trouble here.
A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up.
In the corner, has to find a way out of there.
And Byron, Rocky has tremendous exuberance, tremendous youth. He's going to be a star for a long time. The chain with the cover. The challenger's shoulder up after one.
Got to do more to get the fall. Elbow drop. Slowly getting back up, and he is not going to like what's next. Into the hammerlock. Oh boy, back suplex. And Helmsley just showing his huge edge and experience here. I would say the most cerebral Intercontinental Champion we've had.
Cerebral, I like that description for Helmsley.
Oh man. Before this match, I was talking to Helmsley, and he said he can beat the snot out of this Maivia kid in less than 10 minutes. In fact, he was showing me on his watch. Did you know he has a timepiece that costs $20,000?
Confident words from Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Not sure how relevant his timepiece is to this match, though, Corey.
It isn't relevant. I just wanted to share an example of how far ahead in the game of life Helmsley is. Oh, brother.
What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the better of Rocky Maivia?
Well, the champ needs to put this young upstart Maivia in his place with unrelenting offense. No time for graceful bows and upper-class taunting. Just beat Rocky down.
Taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the officials' count. Toss back into the ring.
Ooh. And even before the bell rang tonight, I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley has been trying to frustrate Rocky. He's tried to say, hey, young fella, we're going to do things at my pace, not yours.
Rocky, the 6'5", around 270 pounds star.
The Continental title hangs in the balance tonight in a match between our refined champion Hunter Hearst Helmsley and the young challenger Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia has a lot to prove here. The third-generation up-and-comer would love nothing more than to grab his first championship tonight and send a message to the WWE that Rocky Maivia has arrived.
But Hunter Hearst Helmsley will do everything in his considerable power to stop that from happening. And as far as Helmsley is concerned, Maivia is barely even worth his own.
Hold on, is he thinking of a submission here?
Oh, this is going to hurt the legs.
This could be it. We could see a tap out any second now. Trapped here.
Look at this, pound it away. Oh, and that'll break it up.
Oh!
What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? Cobra clutch.
The Cobra clutch is in.
This might
In trouble here.
A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up.
Rocky moves out of the way.
Before this match, I was talking to Helmsley, and he said he can beat the snot out of this Maivia kid in less than 10 minutes. In fact, he was showing me on his watch.
Perched up top.
All the way to the outside. The 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward.
Ooh, knee right to the spine.
Make your legs go numb.
And Rocky there not showing any signs of being intimidated. And Rocky is delivering solid damage, but needs to remember to get Helmsley in the ring. The title can be won outside of the squared circle.
Short clothesline hits its mark.
Helmsley has the momentum against him here.
Maivia keeps bringing the energy, and Helmsley has no answer.
Oh, cheap shot right above the eye.
Returning to the ring now.
He's got to make some moves here or suffer the counter.
Deeper into this match now, and I think it's Helmsley who's reaching peak frustration.
Can't quite put Rocky Maivia away. A testament to the never-say-die attitude of this young superstar.
And he gets it from his dad. He gets it from his grandfather. Maivia knows nothing less than to give it his all.
Down to opponent and a double axe handle smash. And Helmsley just showing his huge edge and experience here. I would say the most cerebral Intercontinental Champion we've had.
Cerebral, I like that description for Helmsley.
Perched up top. Diving knee drop.
Maivia took to the sky and executed that high risk perfectly. I don't think Helmsley had that scouted at all.
A face buster knee smash.
That looks painful.
Hunter whipped into the corner. Nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle in a big right hand. Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight. Well, this is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion. Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover. And Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia. Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed. This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup. I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Here is your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss. There wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family, the Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now,
uh-oh, somebody call the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for...
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia, because Maivia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside of...
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steele. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steele have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steele is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight.
Clothesline to the back of the neck.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steele often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature.
But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty.
Headbutt, an early pin attempt.
And there's still plenty of fight left. He thought he could get this thing finished fast.
He is determined to fight out of this predicament.
Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steele as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at these... sculpted physique of the High Chief, and the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steele is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur, folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
Two very opposing styles in every sense of the word, Corey. High Chief Maivia is a much more physically gifted and talented athlete in the ring than Steele. What's it going to take for the animal to get the upper hand here?
Well, he's got to be even more chaotic than ever inside this cage. Nothing about Steele makes sense to someone as traditional as Maivia. There's never any telling what the animal's going to do in a match, and he needs to keep it that way. Textbook scoop slam.
George the Animal Steele might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost a match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steele's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly, or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia's called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
Maivia with a plan in mind.
Snap you in half. Is it enough? Is it enough for Peter Maivia?
He's making the climb up towards the top of the cage.
From the heavens, big-time splash.
Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief. Measured up nicely.
Fist drop. The High Chief, Peter Maivia, really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
Taking it nice and steady, trying to make it to the top.
The animal may be wounded prey at this point.
The High Chief closing in on a successful hunt. Falls back to the mat.
Didn't have anywhere to escape to.
Still a long way to the top, especially when you're sent all the way back down to the mat.
Power slam! He has no response for this barrage of offense.
Yeah, Maivia has really figured the animal out here.
What a counter by Peter Maivia. Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has moving.
Great trouble here. Can he get it fully locked in? The stump puller.
Desperately trying to resist the hold, trying to protect the leg.
And he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here. Boom!
Bang! He finds a counter.
Crucial turnaround there because George was falling behind.
This could be a good chance for Steele to get some distance and rethink things.
That unraveled on George.
The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules.
Oh, and soon we could be seeing a submission here.
A stump puller.
He's in a bad position now.
And that's it. It's over.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief...
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock, Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Banzai drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving titan in hopes to don the crown. Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring finals.
The following is the final match in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Introducing first, from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
Lyra Valkyria fancies herself a Morgan, which is an Irish goddess of war. As they were on the battlefield, they used to take the shape of ravens to flight. And it's all come down to this, the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament. Jax Valkyria, who will walk out of Saudi Arabia with a crown and a ticket to a world title match at Summer. And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax.
Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home! Set outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Lyra says she feels alive every time she flies, and that's what Nia has to avoid tonight, keeping Lyra grounded.
The woman thinks she's a bird, Cole. What do you expect?
It's symbolism, Graves. What a clothesline! Ouch! Nia doing keeping Valkyria grounded.
Now Jax needs to stay the course, and the crown will be hers. Like a brick wall running into you.
Oh. Well, if you're Lyra Valkyria, what do you do to pull off a massive upset tonight?
The Lyra's a technical wizard, Cole. In fact, from a technique perspective, she may actually have Nia Jax outgunned. And beyond relying on her technique, if I'm Lyra, I'm going to try to frustrate Nia. I don't know how possible that is, but if you frustrate Nia, she may make a crucial mistake.
Look at this, placed in the tree of woe.
Stuck in the tree of woe, and they are doing whatever they please.
In just a matter of minutes, we'll have our second queen of the ring. First, of course, being Zelina Vega.
But you've got to believe that Zelina will want a shot at whichever woman wins this. She beat the woman now known as Piper Niven that night, so you know Queen Zelina can strike down an enemy of any size.
And Lyra is brought to a disadvantage now.
And the irresistible force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here.
Uh-oh. Turn Nia Jax around there.
Lyra managing to find some of that needed breathing room.
Valkyria trying to bring the fight back in this one. Big mistake, and that error could be costly. Great power.
It's a Samoan drop.
There's so many moves at Nia's disposal that she can end this match with. For Lyra, not nearly as much.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be easy for Valkyria to pick up Nia Jax and drop her with the Nightwing.
Please, let's call the move by its real name. It's a Samoan driver. You think Nia Jax doesn't have the Samoan driver scouted? Nia Jax is doing whatever she wants. Each Samoan drop driving all of the air out of Lyra Valkyria.
Jax is showcasing her power right here.
Yeah, Nia is just buzzing right through Lyra here.
Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner, and the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now, with Lyra on her back, going to climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way.
Oh, my.
Oh, no. Good night, Annihilator.
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax.
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the Ring.
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax, officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new queen.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one better than Rikishi. After the Head Shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
Well, my dad, you know, when he became the Rikishi character, when you think about Samoan wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor, right? You know, he had the blonde hair, still carried the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. It became even more popular to our culture.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
That Rikishi is fat, all right. P-H-A-T.
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success, with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know, Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What?
Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock, and so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all worth it. Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins. And he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family.
Is it legal to not show up? Rikishi has brutalized Austin lately.
Austin will be here, Byron. I just refuse to think anything else.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. That is a no-holds-barred match. Introducing first, from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 424 pounds, Rikishi.
We have learned more about Rikishi in the last couple of weeks than we knew about him his entire career here in WWE. He said he ran over Austin not for himself, but for The Rock.
Right, and now he's coming out here, and I guess if Austin doesn't show up, the general manager is going to have to come out here and declare this is a forfeit. Is he here?
Well, there's the Rattlesnake's music.
He's here. Austin's here. Stone Cold Steve Austin came here with no fear, no hesitation, just revenge.
We now know the sick, demented side of Rikishi. Rikishi almost cost Austin his life and said he's here tonight to finish the job. Listen, Rikishi has seen members of his family be skipped over while other superstars skyrocketed to unimaginable heights. Rikishi feels it's The Rock's time, not Austin's.
It's been a month of stunt
to the sky. Good Lord, taking flight. Completely throwing self-preservation out the window. I don't know how your mind would even think about doing that.
Taken to the floor, and he's got no worries about the count.
Tagged with a punch.
And Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series.
I mean, Austin does ruffle the feathers of a lot of people, Michael, but I don't think any of his rivals would go to this disgusting lengths that Rikishi's gone to.
Oh, choke slam! This is a situation you want to avoid. Anything Austin is trying is being suppressed.
No one holding Rikishi's family down now, taking out all those years of frustration on Austin here.
Ooh, and he manages to reverse. And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the Shark Tank that is WWE.
Oh, are you serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over another human being. We're fortunate that it only put Austin on the show for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you would even condone what Rikishi did.
Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's actions. I'm just saying I understand them.
Austin with a reversal. And though The Rock wants nothing to do with this altercation, we have to mention the sadness Rikishi has brought to him.
Rock might be innocent in this whole ordeal, but I feel that somewhere inside his soul, The Rock is happy with what Rikishi's done. The Rock is proud to have Rikishi and his family.
Well, Corey, what kind of lies are you trying to spread? We've heard Rock say Rikishi deserves what Austin is going to bring him. There's no family pride in that statement.
I'm just saying that blood is thicker than water, and it's been an easier ride for Rock without Austin in the picture. And that's thanks to Rikishi.
Sounds more like Rikishi is trying to take credit for all The Rock's success. DDT! He's going up.
From the top.
Taking a fight to nowhere.
I don't care who you are. You're not the same after suffering a crash landing like that.
We've talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishi's a delusion. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of them.
Yeah, my blood boils at the propaganda Rikishi's been selling. But I'll tell you about the most legitimate motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin nearly had his life taken from him, and there is no greater reason to stomp the tar out of somebody than that.
This conflict is beyond disturbing. Corey, let's go into Rikishi's mind when it comes to defeating Stone Cold.
Rikishi has to be prepared to endure an emotional storm like he's never felt before. The big man must recover from that and use his weight to immobilize the rattlesnake. Because we know Austin will not stay down. And so that puts an end to that, thank goodness.
Leg drop across the floor. He is hurled out and crashes down to the floor. Looking for something big here. He gets into the right from the top and completely missed the mark.
That misstep could have cost them this match entirely.
A hard landing for sure.
Heading to the outside now. Shovel wrapped around the head.
Stepped aside, avoiding damage.
Short jab. Just raining down those shots to the back of the neck. It's just a beat down.
Oh.
stopped in their tracks with a knee to the gut.
And he now slides back into the ring.
Austin getting ready.
And Rikishi channeling his energy here. Looks like he's got something in mind for ringside here.
What a counter! The arm absorbing the damage. Boom!
Targets the gut to end the offense. Answer after answer for each other's offense. Counters on top of counters, and these opponents are at an impasse.
And Rikishi enjoying how he's worn down the rattlesnake throughout this match.
And I bet The Rock is smiling about it too.
Oh, stop that nonsense, Corey. Ruthless press by Austin, and now he's just dropping bombs.
Straight impact.
Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
You got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all of the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All that he wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth. And he tosses it back in now. Placing him in the corner here.
Clothesline in the corner. And a boom.
He's got the shoulders down. This is it. And only gets a 1 count.
No time to waste being shocked. You've got to maintain pressure.
Set him up with a side Russian leg sweep.
Austin having flashbacks to Detroit. Rikishi's about to meet a stunner.
And he's a step ahead of Austin.
Dominating shoulder tackle. Big splash.
He's leaving the ring now. No countouts to worry about.
And Rikishi putting a little you-know-what on it right here.
He's able to counter that.
There's been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks. And this Albany crowd is continuing.
Rikishi hoisting up his opponent.
Rikishi! Driver.
Will that keep the rattlesnake down?
Him playing the trachea.
And there's a good hold of the body.
Shoulder tackle.
And Rikishi channeling his energy here.
And enters back into the ring. Okay, he should really focus on the match now. We get the point. All right, he's got to refocus up now. Clearly lost in the moment. He better snap out of it.
Back into the ring now. Austin with Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stone Cold!
What? You gotta be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me. What just happened?
I don't know, but I think it just blew the roof off this arena.
And Austin is in a state of disbelief. Thought he had this match in hand, but it will continue.
Scary mindset to the Rattlesnake. Austin has scattered pictures of Rikishi all over his home. Said that every time he looks at Rikishi, he's with the cover.
This might be it.
He breaks the ref's count after one.
There is no quit in this man tonight.
Being stalked, being measured, and clueless to it all.
Dominating shoulder tackle.
And now Austin ragdolled to the outside. Looking to explore things ringside now.
And Rikishi slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin, he just averted disaster there.
And now Austin gonna deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
A relentless Texas Rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all. All this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the Rattlesnake has taken it far enough, Corey. Austin wants to put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him. And now thrown back into the ring, fishing for something beneath the ring.
And now with the kendo stick in hand, he's ready to do some real damage.
Here comes Austin.
Austin with a...
Rikishi is down. It could be over. The Rattlesnake bites again. Austin gets his payback.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Already so many accolades for this woman, Bianca Belair.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Knoxville, Tennessee, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair.
I know she's early in her WWE career, but Bianca Belair already might be considered one of the best.
And here's the thing, she's only going to get better.
You're right, Cole. It's actually kind of scary how Belair continues to keep topping herself.
Well, I checked the odds, and there is a strong chance that this woman... The crowd is on their feet for the Empress of Tomorrow.
Charismatic, cunning, and commanding. A superstar in every sense of the word.
And her opponent, representing Damage Control from Osaka, Japan, Asuka!
Eccentric, erratic, dances to the beat of her own drum.
Don't let the bright colors fool you. There is no one in this division more dangerous than Asuka.
She cannot afford to let Bianca Belair purchase real estate in her mind.
Not if she wants any chance of taking down the EST.
The EST says her mind has never been clear, but this form of Asuka shows an empress who has transformed her darkest thoughts into chilling action.
Asuka's made it crystal